Hey folks, we're back at Kate and Adam's in East Adore. Kate and Adam, living off grid, have had to be creative in serving their water needs, and they've come up with an incredible system that they've been kind enough to walk us through today. So let's have a look.
We moved here in the spring of 1999, and I would say it's been kind of one big experiment for the last 23 years.
When we first came, it was just rain barrels on the side of the house, and like the first winter, there was a lot of hacking away at ice on the top of the barrels to get through to the water, and it was harder living the way we have it now. So
it's important, I think, to point out that it does rain pretty often here. We have very small droughts in the summer, but we manage to get through no problem. And that system we designed with our friend who really helped us with the plumbing part of it, but it took us a long time to decide how to get water into the house, because there are so many systems and ways to do it with rainwater or wells or all these different ways. But we really wanted a gravity-fed system, so it didn't use electricity.
So yeah, and that's what we started with, the 200-gallon tank that we had built. So that's on the side of the house, and
we just I got two big pieces of steel and we hung it. It's cantilevered off the side of the house, but it's a part of the house so that it doesn't freeze. So the box is actually insulated around it.
Right around. And the other thing we did was we put a metal roof on the house, so the water's a lot cleaner. Before it was tar shingles, and there was lots of nasty grit and disintegrating. It wasn't good for this
collecting
system.
Rainwater.
Yeah, so that made a difference too.
Yeah, and we wanted to have a system that didn't use power, electricity, or fossil fuels. We wanted to somehow figure it out that it was a gravity-fed system or a human system, like with the hand pump from the well.
Yeah.
So that was really important to us. Our house is very simple in terms of electricity. None of the household actual things run off power. All our power is for entertainment and lighting.
Entertainment lighting, yeah. There's nothing that has to be plugged in. So
if we run out of power, we just have to sit in the dark and have a conversation. Wait for the sun to come out.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Which is very rare, very rare. Yeah, so we got the gutters off the metal roof here that collects all the rainwater from this side and also on the other side of the roof. Pipe goes into the top of this, and inside that, behind that wall, is a rainwater cistern, a 200-gallon food grade plastic tank, and so that goes in there, and there's an overflow goes down the hill there when it does fill up, which is pretty frequently. So there's a rainwater cistern here, and then this pipe goes into the bottom of it, this copper pipe, over to here, and then as long as the level in the tank is above the taps, then we get gravity fed cold water. And it's just gravity feed, there's no pressure, so it's not like a regular household where you have gushing water coming out, but it's good enough for our uses. Okay, so the hot water system. We have the wood stove here, which in the winter time is going all the time. And in the firebox, there's a coil that runs through. These copper pipes attach to the coil. And then they go over to this copper tank in the ceiling right here. So this copper tank is about 8 inches deep and 4 feet long and 2 feet wide kind of thing. In the winter is actually our bed is right above that, so it acts like a radiator and warms the bottom of the bed. In the top of that is an overflow pipe that goes down to the dog dish here. So as long as there's water in the tank, and the fire is going, it sets up a heat siphon, and so it heats all of that water up to the same temperature, and actually it keeps moving through these pipes through the firebox. Generally the stove is going day and night in the middle of the winter, so so that coil, as long as there's water in the tank, that'll stay hot like all the time. So there's water there, and then the pipe goes over here, comes down here, and connects into here. So in the winter, this would be hot water coming out. And then there's the same, there's a hot water pipe, goes over to this sink too. So when we run out of hot water in that tank, then the way that we get water, cold water, from the rainwater cistern up into the hot water tank is to open this little valve, this red handled valve here, and then use this pump, and then pump, actually I can do it. There, open that all the way. So that is pumping water, rainwater from the bottom of the cistern over there up into the copper tank in the ceiling. And I'll keep pumping, and I'll know it's full, because when it's full, it'll start coming out of the little copper pipe. There we go, there we go. So, whoops, over here. Once water is coming out of there, then we know that this tank is full. And this serves a double purpose in that it makes sure that this tank never builds up steam and pressure. So yeah, now we're going to go into the summer kitchen, which when the wood stove isn't going, we do our cooking and heating of water out here. So this is a regular propane cooker with a couple of tanks, propane tanks, out on the deck through that wall there. So just turn it on, and that's how we heat the water up in this part of the house. And over here in this corner is a hand pump, and so this is connected through this pipe down here and outside into a well, a dug well, which is 18 feet deep. And that brings the water from the bottom of the well up to here. And this is the water we use for drinking. Because you can drink rainwater, but it doesn't taste very good, and there's no minerals in it. So this is a lot healthier. And then we run this water through a filter. So we pour water from that bucket that I just pumped up from the well, pour it into the top here, and then it passes through 4 carbon filters into the bottom, and then this is drinkable, free of bacteria and viruses, but it maintains the mineral content of the water. So that's good drinkable water right there.